All right, I see CTN was there from the beginning too, so I think we're all set to start, Taylor. All right.
Whenever you're ready, we are recording. So
Okay, we might as well get started. People, of course, can join us. Thanks again, Christopher, for all that great work. Everybody who read it too, so that we can have our meeting today. It might be helpful if we just go through those sections. Maybe I'll do the share the screen again. Let's see,
Great.
so that we can look at documents together. All right, so minutes will be again, Taylor, thank you. Any questions on, I can put the minutes up there too, just for people. Taylor does a great job really quickly to get these out.
Mhm.
So and they're really much more than they need to be. So we really are thankful for her to help us.
Did we need to
support.
do two sets of minutes, Alicia, or just one that we needed to approve?
I think we did have it last time. We didn't have it
Okay.
at first, but Taylor had supplied it. So
Okay.
then, yeah, so then we did. Right? Is it in here? We can check.
I think you did vote on them last time.
Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Reviewed
Okay.
them
I thought
together
so.
really quickly, and I think they were voted on and
Yeah.
approved. I at
Okay.
least posted them. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think you did too. All right. Questions again for the November meeting minutes. The right protocol actually is a motion to approve first. Thank you, Alice.
And I'll second.
Thanks, Christopher. And now comments or questions, concerns about the minutes? Then everyone who votes affirmatively, please now signify by saying aye if you approve the minutes. Aye.
Aye.
All right, anybody opposed or abstained?
I have to abstain. I wasn't at the meeting.
You technically don't have to, Mark.
Okay.
You can, but as long as you have no questions with what's on here, you are really able to do that, but it's whatever your comfort level is.
I'm fine with saying good to go.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
I actually realized I wasn't there, so is it okay that I made the
Yes.
motion? Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah, it absolutely is. Yes, thank you. Okay, so then let's look at the actual report. That's the next thing on the agenda is to review the report. So, and thank you for those people who took time there to review and add some comments. And Christopher, again, made many additions. Of course, the whole section we can go over, that was really the difference. So there's nothing here. Please stop me at any time. I want to make you nauseous here by going too fast, but this is read because it'll be after we vote to see what it will be. And then going through the first change. This is all what we reviewed last time. That's why I'm going kind of quickly.
Yeah, only the things that are highlighted in yellow
Right.
are the new
Well, there was
additions.
one comment too, so I wanted to just, I don't want to miss that. It's coming up. Here it is. So Sarah had said, and I wanted to read it aloud without the change because I looked at the comment and maybe it's just me, but regarding which groups of young people have been particularly negatively impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, seems fine without the on.
I think so.
Yes, okay, then I'm just going to reject that. Okay. And then, so here is the first of the major changes. Do you want to comment, Christopher?
Yeah, and this is just
Please.
thank you to Irene because she had sent to us a
Yes.
document that CSDE had put together in response to the 119K Commission's report, Young People First. Really to sort of enumerate the many things that CSDE is doing and that local schools and districts are already doing for that roughly half of the 119,000 kids who are still in schools. And so rather than try to summarize it, I just embedded it and then just sort of made mention of it so that lawmakers reading this can click on the link and go right to the full document. You know, because what CSDE did was to identify the things that they're already doing, but also made numerous recommendations of their own over and above what the 119K Commission had made. And so it's a really nice document because it's very sort of user friendly and succinct. And so we embedded that and then just included this language to reflect, you know, what Irene had asked. So, so that's what that section is.
Excellent. Seem fine to everyone? Irene, is that okay?
Yeah, no, thank you for doing that. I appreciate you posting it and then, posting it somewhere and then embedding it. I think that makes
Right.
sense. I just hope that people click in.
I
and
know.
read it, right? Yeah,
I
'cause
know.
it's a large document. I understand, but thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then the only other change.
Yeah. Well, then you looked at all of these. So that's the
Well, no,
other one more
is
first.
this stuff we had done last time.
Yes.
And these
Wait a
were,
minute.
for
Yeah.
those who weren't here, these were those were the expenses from ARPA that that directly pertain to the whole child that should be continued. So that's what that list is.
Right.
And then this piece we had, I think 2 meetings ago, I had indicated that I thought we should probably include some language about the guardrails, because of how they prevent necessary changes from happening. But then in the initial draft, which we went over last month, I had forgotten to do that. So subsequent to the meeting, and we talked about it and we agreed that we would add a little language. So I added this paragraph here about the guardrails, just sort of letting the legislature know that they're going to have to do something about those if they really want to deal with the other issues. And then here I embedded a series that had been done through Connecticut Mirror. It was a 4-part series about the history of the guardrails and their impacts and so forth. And so that's there for folks to see.
I think that helps too if the terminology is not familiar. And you also put the parenthetical, quick review with that too. So I think that's good to let people know what that is.
But those were really the only, and then
Right.
the last changes were
Yes.
what Taylor had provided updates about.
All these, yeah.
Yeah, so basically what we had done was we had gone through the original recommendations and added any legislative action that the CGA had taken in 24.
Right.
And in some cases they had taken none, and
None,
other cases
right.
they had taken some. And so we
Here's
just made
some,
sure that we enumerated all of that.
Right. Here's an example. It was
Yeah.
really helpful. I'm so glad that she was able to provide that.
Yeah, I was going to say we'll keep her, but we're not going to need to keep her. 'Cause we
No.
won't be here next year.
Do not say that.
Right. But yeah, but those were just the 3 changes
Right.
Subsequent to last time's meeting.
Right. Anything here that people had a question or comment about?
I think these recommendations are excellent. And I guess, one of the things that I'm realizing, because there's so much, there's so little dollars, and unless the guardrails or the volatility cap is moved, even just catching up the Medicaid rates to, at a $45 million, everybody's going to laugh in our face, especially with the change that's expected on the federal group. So I
Right.
guess it's a long way to say, I wonder, is it okay once this is approved to share it with other groups so that we're all on the same page? That's one of
I
the,
think so. I think
Absolutely.
once we've approved this,
Yeah.
And Taylor's going to make it available to the committee, I think that we can share it broadly.
okay.
I know I have a couple of meetings coming up with legislators in the not
Yeah.
too distant future, so
Yeah.
I think we need to, do all we can.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's the easiest way we could think of to present a lot of information that hopefully is helpful to make the changes we would like. And it has worked in the past. We have some changes
Yeah.
that we've seen. So let's hope that this works again.
Yeah, I think our timing is really good with this, the 119K, and then I know tomorrow there's an event at the Legislative Office Building as well around youth. So I think all this ties together really well because a lot of these recommendations are very consistent with items that are in that 119K and the discussions that are taking place. And I think there's good support around steps that need to be taken. And I do like the idea of acknowledging those fiscal guardrails because I think it's important that those who are going to view this know that we understand that there are constraints related to this stuff. So if there's ways that we can adjust things that we're doing now to meet some of these recommendations, I think that would be outstanding.
And that, Irene, you might be very busy next year. If you become more than just what you're doing now, if that's even possible.
She's got a lot of people's back. I mean, we have
Yeah.
a lot of her backs.
I know.
I think that we're gonna have to probably sink our teeth into the guardrail conversation a little more in depth to be a little more specific around what recommendations are. I certainly cannot make that recommendation, not being a fiscal expert, but I think we need to get to, if we're going to start lobbying, or not so much lobbying, but having conversations, we'll probably have to get to a little bit more of a definitive, this is what we think would help, moving the volatility cap 5 points or whatever, there has to be sort of a 3 plan, like 1, 2, 3 kind of options for folks. And I will, if we get to that place, I'd be happy to send out to individuals sort of the language we're using, because it is a complex issue.
Sure.
But Mark, are you part of the Health Horizons grant with, or if anybody is, I think that they did nurses and social workers this round. Does anyone? No? Okay.
No, not us.
I just want to share a piece of really good news for social workers. Southern, because of this Health Horizon Innovations Project, now Southern is graduating, 45% of their graduating class are BIPOC. And it was 82 white folk, 82% Black over the last year. So this particular project that gave a $10,000 scholarship for the students in the MSW program allowed that many more folks to actually graduate or graduating in June or May. I don't know, Christopher, I don't know if you've seen that data yet out of the school, but
Not out of the College of Health and Human Services, but yeah, I'm excited. And CSDE is doing something similar with emerging teachers.
Great.
And so hopefully in the very near future, those folks will start graduating because they're still matriculated in the program. So
right. So there is
Excellent.
just 10 grand makes a big impact.
oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
Great. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. I can always go back if we need to. Are we at the point where we are ready to take the vote? And if we go to the agenda, that's where we are at. So if anyone would like to make a recommendation,
I'll make a motion to
okay,
recommend that we vote and accept the report
as presented,
as presented. Yeah.
that's great. Thank you. We have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Welcome too. All right, any further discussion? And again, if you agree, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody abstain or vote against? Excellent, then the motion passes. I'll change that language in the document. We will prepare it in a PDF and then share it back with Taylor and back with you. And then it will be posted and also shared with a legislature.
Taylor, could you do us a favor when, after Alicia sends you the PDF, right? When you email it to the individual committee members, could you, of the Children's Committee, could you copy each of the members of this body?
Just the two chairs or everybody, all the entire membership?
I think the entire membership of both. So if you send it to the members of the Children's Committee and then copy all the members of this body.
I think for the sending it to the legislative committee, I think I just have to send it to the chairs, if I'm not mistaken, and then the chairs can send it to the rest of the committee. I'll double check on that,
Okay.
but I'll certainly send it.
Okay,
And
thank you so
copy
much.
the whole group. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. They'll have access to us if they want to ask any questions too. Easy access to know how to reach
Yeah,
anybody.
that's what I just thought, if they had all of our
Yeah.
email addresses.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Great. And again, thank you everyone
Thank
for
you.
your dedication here to this ongoing, never-ending, seemingly
It's a stamina in fact.
but again, we hope helpful, once again, to this important work. So thanks everyone. Have a happy rest of the calendar year, holiday season, and onward. Anything, Christopher?
No, I just wanted to thank everybody. It's been
Yeah.
a real pleasure. It's a real and continuing pleasure
Yeah.
for us all to be working together.
Well, thank you both for your leadership efforts on this and putting this all together. It really is a tremendous product to put forth. So happy to be part of it.
Yeah.
Thanks so
we
much.
hope So too. Thank you.
Yeah, and as Alice was saying, if we're all, now that we've all signed off on it, when Alicia sends the hard copy, we can all feel free to distribute it
Please
far and wide.
talk it up to whatever you can, right? Just to be sure that this work does get out as many people as possible.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. And Taylor,
Very
thank you
much.
so much
Yes,
for
thank you. Thank you so
being
much,
so
Taylor.
helpful to us.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.